Hey, what's going on YouTube? Son of Sanguinius here, and today we're going to be continuing our Angel's Blade tactics/review with a look at the Terminator Captain. So the Terminator Captain, he comes in at 135 points. He is Weapon Skill 6, Ballistic Skill 5, Strength 4, Toughness 4 with 3 wounds, Initiative 5, 3 attacks, Leadership 10 with a 2-up armor save. For War Gear, he has Terminator Armor, a Storm Bolter, a Thunder Hammer, and an Iron Halo. For special rules, he has, and they show no fear, Furious Charge, and Independent Character. And for options, the Terminator Captain may take items from the Terminator Weapons, Special Issue War Gear, and/or Relics of Baal lists, and a Terminator Captain may replace their Thunder Hammer with the Hammer of Baal for 10 points. The Hammer of Baal, if you guys don't know, is basically just a master-crafted Thunder Hammer. It really isn't anything too special, you know. So the Terminator Captain. Let's be honest here, folks. This is probably one of the most blatant pushes by Games Workshop to sell a model, and this is a pretty poor one at that. The model is actually Captain Karlayan from the Shield of Baal Deathstorm box set. And it's funny because Captain Karlayan was I thought to be a decent character. He had some interesting special rules. He had the Strategic Genius Warlord trait. It was interesting. It was fluffy. It was thematic, and it was kind of cool. Why the hell Games Workshop didn't put Captain Karlayan in here instead of this the Terminator Captain? I really don't know why Games Workshop didn't just use the data slate from Deathstorm to just putting in Captain Karlayan here, because Karlayan is the first company captain of the Blood Angels, the Shield of Baal. I don't understand Games Workshop's thinking with this. I think that this was a very poor decision, and as cool as this model is, it's really just another unnecessary point sink because they include the cost of that Thunder Hammer into his points cost, and it's really annoying. And frankly, if the rest of Angel's Blade wasn't as filled with crap as as this Terminator Captain was, it would really just kind of be a non-issue. The only problem is they're charging you an extra 15 points, and it's pretty much mandatory that you have to take the Terminator Captain and not just a Captain in Terminator armor, because they make a distinction in the naming of Terminator Captain. So basically, you have to take this guy with a Thunder Hammer. You can kind of make it work with if you give him a Storm Shield or whatever, but again, it's just an unnecessary 15 points that you have to spend on this guy. Frankly, I would rather just take a Captain in Terminator armor just with a Power Sword and Storm Bolter. However, Games Workshop decided not to do that and decided instead, hey, you know what? Even though we have this, cool character we could supplement instead of this, let's not give our players the option to do that, and instead force them to, play this, model that, while thematically cool, doesn't really make a whole lot of sense as far as a Thunder Hammer and a Storm Bolter goes. But it's okay because we can sell this model and make money off of it, and we're a business, and we really only care about models. I mean, it's not as though we've created a very large set of rules or anything like that. No, that's not what we do here at Games Workshop. But anyway, I don't want this to get too ranty. So yeah, you kind of need to take the Terminator Captain as far as the formations goes. I'm sure that there will be some people who will argue against that. However, when you look at something like the Archangel's Demi Company, it doesn't say a Captain in Terminator armor. It says a Terminator Captain. It's specifically naming a data slate that's inside of the Angel's Blade supplement, and the Terminator Captain is the 135 point cost with the Terminator armor, Storm Bolter, Thunder Hammer, and the Iron Halo, unfortunately, which is funny because you actually you would have to pay more points to get rid of the damn Thunder Hammer to just give him Power Sword if you wanted him to hit at initiative. But all of that aside, I'm being, probably a little bit more harsh on this than I should be, because honestly, the Terminator Captain is not what breaks, is not really like what breaks anything. Again, we will cover the formations in a later video. I can at least, kind of get behind it, and it is a very cool looking model. I do have the model from Deathstorm, and it is an awesome model. There's a lot of detail in there. It's cool. It's fluffy. I just wish that it was a little bit more interesting and a little bit more useful, frankly. But regardless, I would say just try and keep him cheap, because chances are you're going to be taking him in the Archangel Demi Company, and if you thought the Battle Demi Company was a huge point sink, oh boy, it gets much worse as we will progress through this. However, he is kind of cool. He is kind of fluffy. You can, swap out his Stormbolter with a Storm Shield. You can make the Terminator Captain work. It's not all doom and gloom. It's just like a little annoying pinch that we have to pay an extra 15 points just to, bring, a Captain in Terminator armor. And Games Workshop, instead of doing it a more simplistic, easier way, they instead decide to do it a more annoying way. So, anyway, that's really all I have to say on the Terminator Captain. I'm curious to see what you guys have to say down below in the comments. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.